Hey, thanks for joining us today. My name is Matthias Allred, your local mortgage specialist, and today I'm with an insurance agent, Dave Peterson.
Hello.
Dave, tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Dave. I'm an agent with Farmers Insurance. I've been with them for about a little over a year and a half, and I've just been building up my agency. My job is just to make sure that people are taken care of correctly and that they have the coverages they need.
Okay, perfect. So what we're going to be talking about today is some of the big concerns or hesitations that people have about talking to an insurance agent or working with an insurance agent. So first thing we want to jump into is, Dave, what is an insurance agent and why should you have one?
Okay, an insurance agent is basically your representative to work for you and maintain your relationship with the insurance company. Our job is to make sure that you understand what risks you have hanging out there and that we put together a plan that's made to protect you from those risks. And we represent you in the best way to the company to make sure that you're not seen in a bad way to them also.
Okay, now some people think that an insurance agent works for the insurance company. You're saying that you really represent the homeowner, the insured person,
yes,
to the company. How does that work? What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, we receive a payment, like our actual paycheck. It comes to us from the company, but it's based on our clients. And if we lose a client or if we gain a client, that definitely makes a difference in our pay. It's in our interest to make sure that we maintain strong relationships with our clients and we build those up over time. And we want to maintain those clients and do what's in their best interest to make sure that they have a good experience with the company.
Okay, and when somebody has a claim on insurance, they call you and you actually represent that person with the insurance company. You're fighting for the client, not necessarily for the insurance company.
True. That is true.
Okay, huge benefit right there. Okay, so one of the big concerns that people have is, if I work with an insurance agent, I'm going to get ripped off or scammed somehow. Is that really the case?
That should not be a case. I think that a lot of times people may view their experience with an insurance company and say that they feel like they've been hurt or they've been ripped off because of a claim situation or something bad that's happened. If there's ever an incident with that, it's because that person was not educated on the front end of what to expect, of what's going to happen, what their plan is going to do for them.
So they didn't work with a good agent up front.
Yeah, and they didn't have an understanding of what coverages they had or what their plan was going to do for them, when something bad happens.
Okay. A lot of time agents get the used car salesman label placed on them because they feel like people are out there, like the insurance agent's out pushing products or trying to upsell or take advantage of them somehow, like a used car salesman.
I get that a lot. I think that people out there need to understand that as an agent, my time is as valuable as yours, and I'm not here to try to push something or sell something to someone that they're not interested in buying anyway. Most of the time when I'm working with a client, my first thing to do is go in and present value and show them how much I can save them over time. If that's the case, and if I can do something good for that client, then I'm happy to present other options for them and build a relationship. If that client has a better plan or something that I can't do for them, then I'm more than happy to just let them know that they have a good plan, say this is something you should stay with, and let them stay where they're at.
Okay, so a takeaway from this is don't work with an agent that's pushy or that acts like a used car salesman. Work with somebody that's going to have your best interest in mind and explain things to you, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So another big concern that people have is that they don't want to get upsold or sold more insurance than they really need.
Okay. This is something that the question is how much insurance is appropriate and how much do you need.
Okay.
The other misconception with that is if I have a lot more coverage, is that going to cost me a lot more money? Like I said, when I go in to meet with a client, a lot of times I'm meeting with people that have lower coverages than I would normally sell. And if I instruct those people what their exposures are and I show to them what a real plan or a decent plan is going to cost them, a lot of times they will buy that. I'll sell them either one, but I wouldn't call myself a good agent if I didn't instruct them on what they have hanging out there and what their other options are.
Okay, so really you want to be more of an advisor than a salesperson, right?
Definitely.
Because sometimes, we talked about this, we call it the leather couch story, right?
Yeah. Is
that sometimes a little bit more insurance is better for you, but it doesn't cost that much.
Yeah.
And give us the leather couch example.
Well, there are a lot of coverages out there. One of them is just having things covered in your home at a replacement cost, which most companies out there are doing, and it's very inexpensive coverage. But let's say that you have a house fire and your stuff burns down, you might be out a leather couch. And you may have a policy written in place that doesn't have the right coverages, and when you go to make a claim, they may say that your leather couch was 6 years old, and so instead of the $3,000 that you need to replace that couch, they're going to give you $400 or $500. Everything I write is going to be with full replacement cost on it. And there are a lot of other little coverages like that we can add in. They don't typically cost much. I mean, you're looking at, on a plan, maybe $6 or $7 a year difference.
Okay.
But just making sure that you get the coverages that are in your interest.
So the very basic, like cheap bare bones policy is going to say, you bought a couch for $3,000, it's 6 years old, it's now worth $400. Your house burned down, here's $400 for your couch.
Yeah.
Whereas a full replacement policy would say, you had a $3,000 leather couch, here's $3,000, go replace it.
Yes.
I think, and that difference, you say when you're advising, can only come up to $5 or $10 a year difference in that.
Yeah, it's in the interest of those companies to insure you in a cheaper way, because that way when you make a claim, obviously they're not paying out as much. But as an agent, it's our job to make sure that you're protected, so we want to sell you the coverages that are there for you when you need them.
Okay, and that's perfect advice from a good agent, guys. Understand that an agent, again, isn't a salesperson. They're not a used car salesman. They should be playing the role as an advisor and show you what options are going to be best for you. Sometimes it's good to go with the cheap bare bones plan. Sometimes it's not. And a good agent's going to explain both and why the options are available for you, and then let you choose what's best or most appropriate for you and your family. Right? So last question we have for you today is, how do you find a good agent?
I'd say that, like, most times out there, agents are out there contacting you. And I think that you can call one up out of the phone book. You can definitely give me a call. But I would say that by and large, you probably have 3 or 4 mailers from agents in your mailbox this month. The bigger thing for you to realize as a person that does go out and buy insurance, because everybody buys insurance, is that it's an investment that you spend quite a bit of your money on. And you know, if you just take a few hours out of your month and give somebody a call and have that looked at for you, the insurance agents out there are happy to do all that work and all the legwork for you to make sure your plan is comparable. And we're ready to do that for you. But you have to be willing to either pick up the phone or talk to us when we give you a call.
Okay, so some of the tips that we're going to have for finding a good agent is pick somebody that's local, because when you have a claim, you don't want to call up some 800 number, press 9, press 4, press 7 type thing.
Yeah.
You want to pick up a number and get, hey, this is Dave.
Yeah.
Right? What can I do for you? So pick somebody that's local. Don't be afraid to talk to your agent. Give them a call and say, hey, I really want to sit down and go through this. Like Dave said, spend an hour to a month maybe, or even a quarter, and just go through and make sure your insurance is adequate. And find somebody that's going to work for you and will listen to you and your situation. And again, present those options to you instead of just, here's your policy, this is what you're doing.
Yeah, and a good agent, once you get with a good agent, they should be able to manage your accounts over time, so that when you have reviews, they should be calling you up and asking you questions about, you know, what changes have you made in your life? Have you, like, purchased new homes? Have you changed your home? Have you changed out your cars? What ages are your kids? Are they going into college or coming out of college? And these things that can impact your rates. We're out there to make sure that they, you know, have a plan that's not just good for them today, but that's going to evolve with them and protect them in the future as well.
Awesome. Great advice. Dave, appreciate you spending time with us today.
Thank you.
If you guys have any questions about insurance, give us a call. Our number's listed below. We'll get Dave's information on there. More than happy to give you any advice. No obligation, no fees, just free advice. We want to make sure you guys are taken care of. And again, as always, if you have any questions about real estate or about your mortgage, purchases or refinances, give me a call. More than happy to help you guys out. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys next time.